What is going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. MarkTzy here. Now in this video I'm going to be going over a popular hero that is a must-need hero whether you are free to play or pay to win, to help you just progress through this game. And you are actually looking right next to him, or right here. Am I like pointing at him? We're going to be going over Captain America today, and he is a must character to just clear any content in this game. Except for Bifrost Brawl. Honestly, he is straight ass in Bifrost Brawl. That's why you'll never see a lot of Captain Americas in that game mode. But before we get started, if you guys are new to the channel, I greatly appreciate it if you subscribe down below, as well as give this video a thumbs up. This hero helps you a lot whether you are clearing any of the challenge stages, any of the Nightfall. You will always see Captain America in the lineup. The reason why I say that is because he is very useful. Literally every single one. Captain America, Captain America, Captain America. Now I went down to 1%. I could go for higher, but honestly, I mean 1% is still the same. I don't really invest too much time on Nightfall as much, which I should. But as you can see, Captain America is used a lot on that. And if you just look at any leaderboards except for Bifrost Brawl, you'll always see him, right? Even Crimson Campaign, I think for the most part, this just refreshed, so there should be Captain America, well, except for this one, not this one, right? But regardless of that, not Crimson Campaign, right? I'm just talking about Nightfall, and just regular ones. We're gonna be going over today why he's such a good unit. Now the reason why, we could start off with his talent. Now the main thing you want to use is his buff. Most of the time the energy cost is 200, but when the game mode starts, he's so close to getting his ult right away, right? Getting this ult right away is a must because you can switch to two different stances, whether that is the offensive stance or the defensive stance, but most of the time you are going to be using it for the offensive stance, just so you could gain the 3 mana to help use your other skills for your heroes. Now the buff as well is a 3 cost buff, which is really good. It increases the attack of the allies within the magic circle by 46%, right? So you could use this buff first if you want to do offensive stance. It's going to increase by 46. But if you use this buff and you went to the defensive stance and you buffed it, it's just going to reduce the damage taken. So be aware when you are using this buff, you want to just see if you're going to use the offensive stance as well. Now the other one is going to be the shield strike. Shield strike is actually really good. It makes allies prioritize attacking the selected target enemy for 6 seconds. So if most of the time AI is focusing on random enemies, right? But if you use the shield strike, if that enemy did not die and you want that to die, you using the shield strike on that, your other 2 heroes are going to prioritize attacking that, which is really good. Now his highlight's decent for what it is. Will of Steel. The warrior's HP and defense increased by 10%. When they use their ultimate move, all allies deal 10% more damage for 10 seconds. When equipped by Captain America, an additional effect applies using Assemble. When at least 3 allies are in range, refunds 1 mana. That's the best highlight for him. Now if you're thinking about a replacement, I guess this one, Blessings of Ashanti, increasing the HP. After using their ultimate move, the warrior gains a shield equal to 13% of the HP, and it deals 10% more damage. But you don't really need that for Captain America because you're not really using him as the damage dealer. You are using him to just battery up your units so they can dish out all the damage, right? And he's taking the damage. He's like the decoy, pretty much. Now, if you don't have any of those 2, I guess Will of Steel would be pretty decent. The warrior's HP increased by 24%, enemies adjacent dealing 12% less damage, right? Or what is this one? The warrior's defense increased by 16%, also increased by 4% for every 5 seconds after the battle starts, stacking up to 5 times. I guess this is pretty good as well, if you don't have like those main highlights, right? But honestly, getting his own highlight is the best for him if you do have Captain America. Now, if you're just starting off the game now, you're not really, I don't think you're going to be able to get his highlight because he had his own banner when he released. So most of the time, you're probably not going to get his highlight. So sticking to these epics, Monster Within, or Learn from the Best, or if you have Blessings of Ashanti, it's pretty good. I'd say just stick to those for now. For him, artifacts wise, I always use Gamma Mutagen as well as Avengers ID card. The reason why, it's because this one increases the energy generation by 20%. Now, you could always just go for a better energy regen. As you can see here, this is 29%. Or if I want to use, there's one that's actually pretty cracked that I got. This one, 34% energy regen. On top of that, increasing by 20, so that's a 54% energy regen Gamma Mutagen. But I'm sticking that to my thing for Bifrost Brawl. So Captain America doesn't need the best energy generation because he's already up there. But I always require this Avengers ID card because increasing all the allies attacked by 15% for 10 seconds after the wearer uses their ultimate move is always a must. The reason why, it's because he's always going to be using his ultimate. You're going to be using it for the offensive stance so you can get mana to your allies, as well as I think getting refunded one mana back, right? And then this one I got a good reroll, 38% on the energy generation, so not too bad of artifacts for Captain America. Now, Soul Saga wise, I do have 6 of them. I do just need one more. This one is the last one, but I'm not really in a rush for that. Now, when I got this guy, I only had one copy. If you could only get one copy of Captain America, that's fine. You really don't even need any of these. The only reason why I got it, I ended up pulling for him, summoning for other heroes. I ended up getting dupes of Captain America. So, if mainly we're speaking, you only have one copy of him, I would try to go for 2 because Mind 1 is the best one. Now I'm covering it, but Mind 1 gives you 100. It gains 100 ultimate energy at the start of the battle. That already helps out a lot because he's already more than enough halfway to get his ult. Right now, if you can get more copies of him, I'd go for Mind 3 because increase the energy generation of allies in the magic circle of Assemble by 20%. That's really good as well. So you don't really need to do any of these other ones as well. I mean, these are nice as well to get a max. Every character is good max, but if you really could only get one copy of Captain America, I'd go for Mind 1. So if you're gonna be asking me who is he good with, he's literally good with anybody, any DPS unit, and then pair him up with like Invisible Woman and Emma Frost in the background. Or if you want to do Captain America and then just go for Thor and then I guess Gambit right after, that's fine too. Like, he helps out so much to your units, whether to you don't need any healing because you can use his ult for a defensive stance, and then I'm sure you have enough DPS units to just clear out the whatever you're doing, right? So let's do one. I just want to show you guys real quick. Let's go for this challenge, right? So in this challenge here, let's probably do this Scarlet Witch just because of it at this point. I'll use Captain America, and then I'll use my Scarlet Witch, and then I'll use Emma Frost, just so it's like a pretty decent synergy. But using these 3, my game plan here is using Captain America to buff up all the attacks for my Scarlet Witch. My Scarlet Witch is already a beast herself. She is fully maxed out Saga, so you already know how it is. So that I don't have to showcase her. I'll probably do that on another video. But with Captain America here, I do just want to keep buffing everybody, right? But before I use this buff, let's actually use this buff. You see how fast that buff was? But that's because I have my Captain America with Mind 1, and I have all those energy regens pretty high. I'm going to be using for the offensive stance. And so I'm already at +7. And then I'm going to use the next one to just buff up here to the attack. Then I'll just use her buff. And then attacking here, let's see how much damage it does. It literally does a fuck ton of damage, which is already kind of crazy. And I didn't even use her ult too, because her ult actually increases, right? But you see how fast his ult came back. Let's do this because he's about to die. Literally, that was just a couple of seconds and it's done. that was honestly crazy, right? Now, doing that, I don't even 17 seconds. I do have like pretty crazy I guess put yes here. Pretty crazy damage for what it is. But actually you can't use Captain America on every single one because I know this Mojo, this is hard. And I'll probably show you guys more of the videos, but it's not something like a piece of cake where you could just like auto it and it's gonna go through. It's not gonna work. You literally need to think it out on how to do this, which is good. It's a nice challenge. I'll probably make a video on how I'm gonna be able to clear it. But let's actually go for Nightfall here. Now Nightfall here, everybody is using the same team. Let's see. They're using Doctor Strange, Iron Man, and Captain America. Now mines aren't even built correctly like that. I'll probably use a different one. I'll actually use this team. Iron Man, Gambit, Captain America. Now I'm not gonna be going for the fastest run, but as you can see here, I don't have a third unit that's gonna be trying to either heal or buff my heroes. But as you can see here with Captain America using that, I'll actually, let's do this. Let's dash here just so he can, and then let's do that. Because every like fourth attack it like pops out. But let's use this attack right here. That does nothing. Wow. I don't know, sometimes that what's that called? That attack either deals so much damage or it doesn't at the same time. It's kind of crazy to me. But let's just buff here. And then I'll use my ult here. Maybe you could do more damage. Not really. So I guess I'll use this dash. Okay, so that's not too bad. Let's it'll clear. Regardless, it'll clear. But here, I don't know if I can clear it just on time. Let's actually see. So let's do that. Let's do this. And then let's do that. I should have used his ult first actually, just so he can. Let's see. Is this even enough? Wow, that's really not even enough. That's kind of crazy to me. Fuck. That's really not even enough. That was a shitty run. I ain't gonna lie. Oh, it was enough. I thought it was just 10% of that boss's thing. But at least I cleared that. But as you can see, it wasn't really a great score. But using the buff for Captain America does help out a lot for those two. Now, here, what 336 use, he's really just using Doctor Strange buff to get Iron Man's ult a lot quicker. And then you're using Captain America to just buff out the damage as well and getting the mana for that, right? So that's the game plan. Now, I'm not going to do it for that team because I don't even think I have my Doctor Strange built up here. Because my Doctor Strange still at 70. Now, I do have 4 for him. But I've been slacking. I kid you not, I've been slacking. But I'm trying to get back in a groove. But getting Captain America here, I'm pretty glad that I got him. A couple copies of him. Because I literally need to use him in every game mode that comes out. He's really just a really good unit. I kid you not. He is a unit that is a must if you are going to be playing this game. Continue to play this game because going forward, all of the events or the bosses, getting this guy to just battery up your units just to clear the stages is really good. But let me know what you guys think. Do you guys have Captain America? Do you use him more than you think? Or you don't have him? If you don't have him, how are you playing this game? I'm really curious because I feel like you need Captain America in this game for you to just enjoy and progress a lot quicker. So let me know. But that is it for the video, guys. So this is MarkTzy. I'll catch you guys in the next time. Peace.